Hey, it's me, MLB. Here's the top delinquent, chapter 45, and this one is titled Learning Each Other. Not much of the movie was watched on that plane flight, as you and Iida enjoyed getting comfortable in each other's arms and kissing occasionally. Iida was most respectful, as you knew he would be, and never placed his hands anywhere on you that could have been deemed inappropriate, but at times he almost checked in too frequently, asking if you were still comfortable with what he was doing. After all, he said earnestly, consent can be withdrawn at any time, and I want you to feel comfortable enough to tell me if I overstep any boundaries. You responded by sitting up a little bit more and crashing your lips against his, kissing him deeper than you'd ever done before. Tenya, I swear to you, you are not human. How can you be so perfect? Yin, we have had this conversation before. I assume you are human. Well, you said deviously, glancing down at his pants and back to his face. I know one way to check to see if you're human or not. How so? He asked, his mind not following yours into the gutter. You slid your hand slowly down the front of his chest towards between his legs, and he blushed the closer you got to his belt. Yin, I would rather you not discover the arousal No! You wailed, yanking your hand away. Why do you make it sound so dirty when you use eloquent words? Say stuff like rooster and pussycat. Iida's face went bright red, and he covered his mouth and nose as he looked away with embarrassment. Those words, he mumbled into his hand. Please, they are much too vulgar to come from my lips. Well, what if I say them then? You asked mysteriously, leaning back up to his ear and letting the softly whispered moan escape your lips. Tenya, you mewed seductively, delighting in how his body shuddered with unbridled excitement underneath you. Why don't you touch my... Yin! He gasped. Please, I am far too aroused for this to be happening now. I fear I may... His voice trailed off. Do something in your pants? You deadpanned against his ear. He nearly died, still blushing furiously as his heart hammered against his chest. Do excuse me, I need a glass of water, he mumbled into his hand, gently sitting you back down next to him and quickly exiting the cinema. You chuckled as he disappeared, but then felt like maybe you'd overstepped the boundaries too much, and the cheeky smile on your face faded. What if he thinks that I'm a whore now and wants to break up with me? Your intrusive thoughts asked you, making a knot of anxiety ball up in your stomach. You hung your head with despair and waited for Iida to return, certain that he would come back with news of wanting to break up with you at how inappropriate you'd been. As soon as he re-entered and looked at you, he knew something was wrong. Yin, he asked gently, what has happened? You don't want to be with me anymore, do you? You asked in a broken voice, still unable to look up at him. Iida was shocked, to say the least, and just stared at you with confusion, trying to figure out where you had come up with that idea. Was it because I left you, that you felt like I no longer wished to be in a relationship with you? He asked gently, sitting down beside you and waiting for your reply. Well, I was being inappropriate and you probably think I'm a whore now, so... You stopped there, your eyes now brimming with tears. Yin, there is nothing you could do that would make me love you any less. I have, fortunately or unfortunately, fallen deeply in love with you, and I cannot stop myself from feeling this way. I did not leave to make you feel less loved. I left because the feelings I have for you are very strong, and I felt that I would not be able to contain myself should you continue to place your hands on me like that, he said with a blush, shifting in his seat and adjusting his glasses. I shouldn't have pushed myself onto you like that. I was just having some fun, but I took it too far, you mumbled sadly. I very much enjoyed it, he uttered in a low tone, but I do feel like we are moving a little too fast considering we've only just shared our first kiss. Yeah, I know, you mumbled. Guess I'm just used to being like that. Sorry. There is absolutely no need for apologies, he said emphatically, reaching an arm around you and pulling you into his side. I already know your past, and I am here for you as a friend and a lover. Why did you say lover? You squeaked with embarrassment. And why do these words make me squirm much more than vulgar language does? Eloquent speech reaches the heart, whereas vulgar speech stretches down to the... Okay, I'll stop, he said, cracking a small smile and wiping your eyes a little. Yes, well, yes, Iida replied, clearing his throat as he adjusted his glasses again. Just then the flight attendant called from the other side of the screen. Mr. Iida and Miss Yin will be at our destination soon. That was quick, you said with surprise. How long have we been flying for? For plot purposes, the flight has been shortened to around 2 hours, Iida replied with a polite smile. I'm sorry, what purpose? Is this some kind of term that I don't know? You asked, confused. Let's not discuss this now. I will explain later, Iida said as he took your hand tenderly in his and stood up, lifting you up as well and leading you from the cinema and back to the seats at the table to buckle up and prepare for landing. You buckled yourself in and waited, wondering where Iida was going to take you once you'd landed in France. We will first visit a very well-known furniture place in France, Iida said with an excited look on his face. I'm sure you've heard of them before. Ligne Rosé? No, you deadpanned. But they are of the top line of luxury inn, Iida replied in a baffled voice. How have you not heard of such exquisite furniture? Because I shop at Walmart, you said with a laugh. They have chairs there with 3 legs, sometimes, because someone's knocked off the 4th one, but it's on sale, so why not buy it and deal with falling off later? Iida stared blankly at you. And there is chapter 45 done and dusted. Chapter 46 coming tomorrow. See you then.